Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Dominators channel of wrestling results here on this channel. So we have AEW results for Revolution, March 6, 2022. Hangman Adam Page, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Britt Baker, Jon Moxley, among many other stars, competed in the show, which was held live from Edition Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida. The buy-in, we saw Chris Statlander versus Laylee Hirsch. The two women go back and forth in a hard-fought battle. Hirsch rolls to the outside after a knee fall and gets a spare turnbuckle pad. She blasts Statlander with the steel and hits a acrobatic moonsault for the win. Your winner, Leah Hirsch. In ring segment, we have Tony Schiavone. Veteran broadcaster Tony Schiavone says he's being joined by a special guest. Kenny Omega's music hits, but Don Callis comes out instead. The former champion's manager blames the people for Omega's injuries. He accuses the fans of sucking Omega's blood. Callis also says that he was disgusted by the violence that will be on display tonight. Still, he makes it clear that he's expecting a great night for the Elite because the Young Bucks will win the gold tonight. He notes that Adam Cole has created what could be called a sleeper cell within the Elite and expresses his confidence that Cole will dethrone Hangman Adam Page. Callis also says that if he does, Cole will be a transitional champion that will keep Omega's seat warm. He calls Omega the only diamond in the business. QT Marshall with the Factory versus Hook. In a pre-match promo, Marshall vows to show his prize student what being cold-hearted is all about. Marshall talks some trash and Hook takes him down. The young star blasts him with body shots and suplexes his teacher. A clothesline sends Marshall to the outside. Marshall briefly takes control, but he eats another suplex and lands hard on the floor. Back in the ring, Marshall gains the upper hand and controls Hook. The fan favorite rallies and makes Marshall tap out to the red rum. Your winner, Hook. House of Black versus Penta Oscar Pac and Eric Redbeard. Malachi Black takes the fight to Pac. Buddy Matthews tags in and Penta does too. Penta sends him down with a head scissors. The two men counters and their exchange is stalemate. Brody King tags in and faces off with Redbeard. The giant trucks all over all three members of the House of the Black ringside. King squashes Penta with a cannonball. Black and his stalemates isolate Penta, but Pac makes the hot tag. He blasts Matthews with some strikes, but Malachi distracts him and helps Matthews take control. House of Black gangs up on Pac for a few minutes. Penta eventually tags in and clears the house. He drops and dishes out sling blades to Black and King. A destroyer on Matthews earns him a 2 count. Redbeard gets the tag and gains momentum by clotheslining Matthews out of the ring. Bodies starts flying as the match breaks down, with Matthews and Pac flying off the top rope. Pac takes Black down with a poison rana. King floors Pac with a discus lariat. Redbeard and King trade blows, and the latter slams the giant. King dives onto Redbeard outside of the ring. The match breaks down into chaos again, and Black drills Penta with a knee strike. Penta hits a nasty fear factor on the apron, but Black wasn't the legal man. Matthews sneaks in from behind and drops Penta with a curb stomp. Redbeard overpowers Matthews, but Black drills him with a kick to the face. The big man doesn't go down, but Black misses him in the eyes. A raising knee strike and rising pile driver from the King to earn the Dark Trio the win. Now we are on to the main event, the main show. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. After Jericho's entrance, Kingston charges the ring and dumps him on his head with a suplex. Jericho gains the upper hand, and as the fight spills out of the ring, both men trade stiff blows. Kingston plants Jericho with a DDT and proceeds to bite him. The influencer blasts Eddie Kingston with some lariats and gouges his eyes. Kingston bites him again, but Jericho goes to his eyes once more. A Hurricanrana sends Kingston crashing down. The Mad King fires back with a suplex. Jericho plants Kingston with a suplex off the apron, sending both men crashing to the floor. The former world champion maintains the advantage with a German suplex and a lion salt. Kingston rallies with a lariat, but Jericho traps him in the walls of Jericho until he reaches the ropes. The Mad King suplexes Jericho twice and gets a near fall with a spinning back fist. Jericho catches Kingston with a code breaker out of nowhere. Kingston refuses to stay down, and the influencer drops him with another code breaker. The Mad King hits two more spinning back fists and forces Jericho to tap out to stretch the palm. Winner Eddie Kingston. After the match, Kingston says he respects Jericho and tells him to shake his hand. The former world champion refuses and walks away. I'm glad he fucking did. So, let's move on to our next page. This whole fucking pay-per-view was awesome. I watched it, and we'll talk about the rest of the show after this result is done that we're going to be going through. AEW World Tag Team Championship is on the line. Jurassic Express as your champions versus the Young Bucks versus Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. O'Reilly and Jungle Boy start the bout. Jungle Boy gains an advantage, but a distraction from Fish helps O'Reilly take control. Fish and O'Reilly double team Jungle Boy. The Bucks tag in and follow suit. Jungle Boy rallies with an arm drag and a drop kick to Nick Jackson. O'Reilly goes for a pin on Jungle Boy, promoting an argument with Matt Jackson. Tension continues to rise between Red Dragon and the Bucks. Fish stops Jungle Boy from tagging in Luchasaurus. Matt and Nick double team Jungle Boy. O'Reilly argues with Matt and accidentally kicks him when Jungle Boy ducks. Luchasaurus tags in and takes control. The Bucks briefly ground the dinosaur, but he fires back with a double chokeslam. Jurassic Express hits a Doomsday device for a 2 count. Matt Jackson accidentally kicks Fish when Jungle Boy ducks. O'Reilly tags in and squares off with Matt. Their partners enter the ring and trade blows. Everyone is down after a double clothesline. O'Reilly locks in a knee bar, but Matt breaks it up. O'Reilly breaks up the pin after a BTE trigger. In the end, Jungle Boy pins Matt Jackson for the win. Your winner and still AEW World Tag Team Champions, Jurassic Express. Face of the Revolution ladder match. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Wardlow versus Ricky Starks versus Christian Cage versus Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy. I'm sorry, Christian Cage doesn't need to be in that match. I'm sorry. It should be like Jeff Hardy. Sorry to say. Team Taz takes the fight to Lee, but he dumps Starks out of the ring. Lee, Hobbs, and Wardlow are left alone in the ring. Cassidy rolls in between them and stares the powerhouse down. All three big men spill out of the ring. Christian dishes out punishment with a ladder. He sends Cassidy and Starks crashing to the floor. Cage plants Hobbs with a falling inverted DDT off a ladder. Lee squashes Cage and Starks with a crossbody. He uses Cassidy as a weapon by hitting people with him. Wardlow squares off with Lee, but Hobbs hits both men with a ladder. Cassidy uses a ladder as a helicopter to take down some of his opponents. Cassidy showcases some impressive athleticism to climb onto a ladder, but his efforts are in vain. Cage blasts Hobbs with a spear onto a ladder. Starks nails him with one of his own. Wardlow climbs up the ladder and keeps going, even with Starks and Cassidy on his back. Everyone battles on the top of the ladder. Wardlow and Hobbs are left alone. They duke it out. The match resets when both men come crashing down. Lee throws Cassidy out of the ring, and he lands hard on the floor. Lee, Wardlow, and Hobbs battle up the ramp. Wardlow sends both men crashing off the stage through some tables below. Danhausen pops up and distracts Starks right when he tries to unhook the ring. That's kind of. We'll talk about that in a second. Wardlow slams Starks onto a ladder, slamming the FTW champion right onto his head. Wardlow unhooks the ring for the win. Your winner, Wardlow. It's kind of stupid of having that fucking stupid gold round ring up there. It was kind of stupid. Why put that up there? It was for what? Tony Schiavone welcomes a special guest for a contract signing. He recalls Christian Cage's signing last year and hypes up the newcomer. Schiavone then introduces Shane Swerve Strickland as the newest signing. Swerve cuts a brief promo and helped by the fans' loud cheers says it's Swerve's house. TBS Championship. Jade Cargill as champion with Smart Mark Sterling versus Tay Conti. Fuck Tay Conti. And fuck Jade Cargill. The two women trade strikes right after Conti counters an early jaded attempt. Cargill uses her strengths to gain the upper hand, but Conti fires up with some pump kicks. Conti takes Sterling out with a dive to the outside. Cargill slams her challenger into a table at ringside and bounces her off the steps. Conti counters the jaded attempt again. Anna Jay blasts Cargill with a chair shot when the referee isn't looking. Cargill evades the TKO. implants the challenger with a Eye of the Storm. She hits a frog splash for a 2 count. Another distraction from Jay helps Conti take control as she plants the champion with a pile driver. In the end, Cargill finally hits the Jaded for the win. And your winner is still TBS champion Cargill. The dog collar match, CM Punk versus MJF. This one was the one I wanted to see the most out of any of these matches. MJF enters to Punk's cult of personality, while Punk comes out to the ring with a special entrance of his own. Miseria Canteri plays Punk to the squared circle, and he's wearing his classic Ring of Honor gear. MJF whips Punk with a chain, but Punk chokes him with it. The Second City Saint wraps the chain around the turnbuckles and traps MJF. The front turn stomps MJF's hand and punches him. The Salt of Earth rallies and whips Punk with the chain. Punk is already busted open as MJF grinds the chain against his face. MJF grabs a microphone and tells Punk to tell the fans he wants to quit just like you quit on me. Punk instead tells him to eat shit. Punk's face, his face covered in blood, headbutts MJF between the legs. He blasts MJF with the chain, and the Pinnacle leader gouges his wound and locks in a chain-assisted sleeper hold. Punk targets MJF's hand several times, and it becomes a clear weakness. MJF counters the GTS and locks in his signature armbar. Punk locks in the Anaconda Vice, but MJF turns it into a pin attempt to escape. The Second City Saint wraps the chain around his knee and blasts MJF with a Shining Wizard. MJF is bleeding, and Punk wraps the chain around his eyes. Punk keeps hitting MJF and busts him wide open. MJF dodges a knee strike, so Punk crashes knee first into the steel steps. With an injured leg, he's unable to hit the GTS. Punk rocks MJF with a tombstone onto the apron. MJF gets a bag of tacks. He dumps them out and goes for CM Punk's own running bulldog, but Punk bites his way out and blasts MJF with a kick to the head. MJF still manages to superplex Punk onto the tacks, but not as much. He didn't get much of the thumbtacks. If MJF was smart, he could have moved the thumbtacks a little closer. The Salt of the Earth screams for Wardlow come to the stage, but he seemingly forgotten the dynamite diamond ring. Punk hits the GTS and looks at Wardlow, who pulls out the ring after all. He leaves it for Punk and walks away. Punk blasts MJF with the ring and pins him for the win. CM Punk is your winner. Now, just to let you guys all know, CM Punk was bleeding way more than MJF was. After the match, Punk makes it clear that he wants to chase the title by doing the championship taunt around his waist. So maybe he's going after Adam Hangman Page. AEW World's Women's Championship. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with Rebel and Jamie Hayter versus Thunder Rosa. Baker and Rosa lock up, and the two rivals feel each other out early on. They trade holds and strikes before Rosa catches Baker with a backbreaker. Baker fires back with a neckbreaker. Hayter pulls Rosa's hair when the referee isn't looking. Baker sends Rosa face first into the turnbuckle. More interference from Rebel and Hayter help Baker maintain the advantage. Rosa rallies and slams Baker with a Northern Light suplex. The champion hits an air raid crash for a 2 count. Rosa rallies again with a drop kick in the corner. Baker slams Rosa with a neckbreaker and takes control. Rosa avoids the lockjaw by dumping Baker on her head. Baker hits an avalanche air raid crash for a 2 count. Rosa hits a tombstone, but Rebel distracts the referee. Another distraction from Rebel helps Baker stomp Rosa on the title belt, but the champion still kicks out. The champion? She ain't no champion. She goes for the lockjaw, but Rosa reverses it into a modified sleeper. Baker taps out, but the referee is again preoccupied with Rebel. Rosa spears Rebel off the apron, and the distraction helps Baker hit the stomp for the win. Your winner and still AEW Women's World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. This is another match I wanted to see too. Moxley and Danielson feel each other out while the fans chant, "We want violence." Both men crash to the floor as the match is a stalemate early on. Moxley dares Danielson to hit him, and he does. The Priory of Violence fires back with the stiff blows to it of his own. Moxley remains in control and even stales his yes kicks, and the American Dragon takes Moxley down with a dragon screw and shows him how the kicks are really done. Both men keep trading strikes and give the fans the violence they asked for. Hands and feet kept flying, but Moxley sends Danielson flying to the floor. Moxley catches a suicide dive and punches Danielson. They keep trading blows, and both men are down after they headbutt each other. The strike busts Moxley wide open, and Danielson is bleeding too. Moxley turns Danielson inside out with a lariat. The American Dragon floors him with a superplex, drills him with elbows, and locks in a dragon sleeper. Moxley nails Danielson with a series of his own elbows. Danielson traps Moxley in a label lock, but Moxley reaches to the ropes. Both men kick each other in the face repeatedly. Moxley stomps Danielson's head. Danielson hits his running knee for a 2 count. Danielson has a triangle choke locked in and hits Moxley, but the Warrior of Violence rolls and pins his opponent for the win. Your winner, Jon Moxley. Danielson and Moxley. Well, Danielson was really not happy about the results, and Danielson pretty much attacked Moxley, and they keep fighting after the bout. The officials tried to separate them, which they should just let them fight. They fighting, just let them fight. Fuck it. But William Regal storms to the ring and breaks it up. He slaps both men and makes them shake hands. Now, is this fully... Will we see fully of William Regal in AEW, or is this just a one-off appearance, just like everyone else was? Tony Schiavone runs through the card for AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night. In addition to the previous announced TNT Championship match, Leela Hirsch will face Thunder Rosa on Wednesday. The winner will challenge Baker for the following week on Dynamite. Tornado Trios Tag Team Match. AHFO. Andrade El Idolo, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy versus Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin and Sting. Allin charges the ring and clotheslines Andrade to the outside. The bout quickly breaks down into a brawl. Sting beats up Jose, the assistant, and Allin dives onto him, and while he has a garbage can around his head, Andrade blasts Allin with a chair. Guevara and Allin suplex him onto the floor. Hardy and Cassidy try to gain up on the Icon, but Sting hits them with a trash can. Andrade slams Allin into the corner. Guevara eats a twist of fate. The fight continues outside of the ring. Allin dodges a diving Andrade. Cassidy, hit with Marquin's help, drops Guevara with the silly string on the floor. Sting hits Hardy with a steel chair as they venture into the crowd. The Butcher and the Blade interfere and attack Sting. Butcher slams Butcher into the barricade. Why did you say Butcher and Butcher? Whatever. Guevara slams Cassidy off a display through a table below with a Spanish fly. I don't think they got involved. I thought they just put the tables up. Whatever. AHFO gangs up on Sting, but the legend dives off a balcony onto Andrade through the three tables. Back in the ring, Allin hits the Scorpion Death Drop and the Coffin Drop on Hardy for the win. Your winners. So pretty much the Coffin Drop, he just got him with the head. That was stupid. Winner is Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting. AEW World Championship match. Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. The fans chant, "Let's go, Adam," to support both men. They lock up and feel each other out. Cole talks some trash, and Page drops him with a stiff blow. Hangman Adam Page hits Cole with a drop kick between the ropes. He throws Cole into the barricade and blasts him with a running boot. The challenger dodges a lariat, sending Hangman arm first into the ring post. Cole slams Page into the steps and controls the next few minutes. Hangman rallies with a boot, but Cole slams him to the mat for a 2 count. Page counters the Panama Sunrise and gains the upper hand with a fallaway slam. Hangman power bomb Cole onto the apron and hits his signature diving moonsault to the outside. Cole catches Page with a backstabber, but the champion responds with a power bomb. Cole blasts Page with a super kick in mid-air for a 2 count. The champion hits the dead eye for 2 count as of his own. Cole locks in a cross face, but Page escapes. The challenger slams Page's wrist first onto the apron, but Hangman hits a tombstone out of nowhere. The two foes trade blows, and Hangman hits a suplex. Cole catches Page with a neckbreaker. The two men battle the top rope onto the top rope, and Hangman hits an avalanche, falling slam for a 2 count. Red Dragon comes to the ramp and distracts Hangman Cole. Cole capitalizes with a super kick and hits a Panama Sunrise on the floor. Cole hits Page below the belt and hits the boom for a near fall. The challenger drills Hangman with 2 super kicks, but he fires back with a lariat. Cole dodges the buckshot lariat and kicks Adam Page, Hangman Page again, and Page collapsed to avoid the boom. Fish and O'Reilly set up a table at the ringside. Hangman counters Cole and slams him through the table with a dead eye. Dark Order comes to the ringside and checks on Page, but Page shoves him out of the way. The stable brawls with Red Dragon. Red Dragon in the fight travels up the ramp. Page hits the buckshot, but Cole reaches the ropes. Hangman ties Cole to the ropes and kicks him in the head multiple times. Cole fires back with a kick of his own and escapes. Another super kick floors Cole. Hangman nails the boom and hits the buckshot lariat for the win, and your winner and still AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page. They didn't actually mention about Adam Cole tying Adam Cole's wrist to the rope with a belt. How Adam Page did. Hangman stoops over Cole's unconscious body and shakes his hand. That's all your results for AEW results. I am happy I got to watch this, but I am very disappointed how this ended. No titles. I hate watching pay-per-views with no title changes. It's kind of stupid, and if you're gonna have titles on a line, then why don't you just change them? Especially the champions have been holding on to the championships that long, for a very, very long time. It's time for somebody else to have the belts too, But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. And see you guys for Monday Night Raw results, maybe. We'll see. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy-ass bitch motherfucker.